In this iOS development course, you will learn how to create a Netflix clone app using Swift 5. Amr, who teaches this course, is an iOS developer and excellent instructor.
What is going on, guys? This is Amr, and today we're going to be starting a new series here on YouTube where we're going to be building Netflix clone from scratch using Swift 5. As you can see here, the clone that we're going to be building is the exact same replica of the Netflix application. As you can see here, there's a bunch of list of trending movies, trending TVs, popular movies and upcoming movies, and one of my favorites of all time, the top rated, where you can see here the Shawshank Redemption and The Godfather. I really like these movies. And in today's video, we're going to be building this as a final product. As you can see here, you can either play or download. You can even long press any title where it gives you this cool animation and option to download. Basically, when you click download, it's going to be added to this list. Also, we have here a tab bar where we can actually navigate through a list for tabs. We have here, for example, a coming soon tab where it gives you a list for the upcoming movies and TV series and all that kind of stuff. And one of my favorite features that we're going to be building is the top search, where we are going to be able to search for our favorite movies like Harry Potter and whatever movies that you like. We have a downloads list. Also, when you press or tap on any title of those, is going to be taking you directly to the official trailer for the movie. You're going to be having a controller view where it displays the trailer itself, the title of the movie, and also you're going to have like a brief about what this is really about. Like, you can read this after finding a house party, the rest. You can just go back in here. And yes, this is what we are going to be building. As you can see here, also the navigation bar scrolls with the table view and scrolls back, but it sticks to the top when it reaches a certain point. So let's just start by creating a new Xcode project. We can select app. Let's call that Netflix clone, and make sure to take storyboard and Swift, because these are the things that we're going to be using building this application. Hit next and choose your installation folder. So first of all, I'm not going to be working with storyboards, so let's just first go ahead and get rid of those. You can click on main, move to trash, then click on the info plist file, scene configuration, and we can delete the storyboard name. One more thing here, let's just hit the Netflix clone app. Let's just go ahead and hit Shift Command F. Let's type main. Let's just select the first one over here, and one more time just search for main. This is the fastest way you can do it, actually. So over here you can see UIKit main storyboard. We can delete that as well, and right now 100% we got rid of the storyboards. So right now let's just go ahead to our scene delegate file. Let's just configure that so that we can work without these storyboards. We're going to be renaming this to window scene. Okay, and then using this variable over here, the window, we're going to be assigning new window for our application to be running on. So let's just go ahead and type window is equals to UI window. Initialize that with a frame. We can see here, we can say window scene dot coordinate space dot bounds. Next thing you need to write is window dot window scene is window scene. The third thing is window dot root view controller is going to be our view controller over here. So let's just make a new instance of that. And last but not least, window.make key invisible. So what this basically means is that we're going to be assigning this view controller to be the root view controller for our application window. So okay, so let's just go ahead and see what we're going to be building over here. Let's just go ahead and open that Netflix app. I don't know why this is all about. All right, yeah, okay. So as you can see here, we have our home. We have a tab bar here that we can use to, navigate between the tabs. And let's just start by building this at first. So let's go ahead and change that name to, main tab bar view controller, because I like each view controller name to be descriptive about what it does so let's just main tab bar view controller. Let's just change that as well to UI tab bar controller. And here we are going to be making this as the starting point for our application. So let's just change that one more time. Let's just go ahead to our main tab bar. Let's just make sure everything is working just fine. System yellow. Let's just choose our simulator to be the latest iPhone 13 Pro Max and hit Command R for build and run this. As for the first time, it's going to be taking a little time until it's installed. Oh, it actually worked. It didn't take much time at all. So as you can see here, we've changed the view background color of the main tab bar to system yellow, and over here you can see it's a little bit dimmed because this is actually our tab bar that we're going to be using. Okay, so we have all of this. Let's just create here a folder. Let's call that controllers. Oh no, something's not right. Okay, controllers, and let's create a new file over here. We're going to select Cocoa Touch class, UI view controller. Let's just call that home. Press create. Delete all of that. We're not going to be needing that. And let's just background color red. Let's create another one here. Cocoa Touch, the same thing, search, or I believe it's going to be upcoming, view controller. Okay, hit create, delete all of that. Let's just select another color for it. View background color is going to be green. Let's just create the third one, which we have here. I believe it's search, view controller. Okay, let's do the same thing. Basically, development is all about making the same pattern over and over again. So view the background color, let's just give it pink, system pink. Okay, and last but not least, one more Cocoa Touch class, which is going to be downloads. Let's give it a new color as well, so that we can identify it once we press on it. So let's give that I don't know what blue. Okay, so we have here our main tab bar that is going to be having 4 tabs to press on. So let's just initialize that. So let vc1 is equal to UI navigation controller, root view controller is going to be home, and okay, vc2 equal UI navigation controller, root, upcoming, one more time, v3 equals to UI navigation controller. Okay, search, let vc4 is equal to UI navigation controller. Okay, and if you ask me why the hell we added those controllers to a UI navigation controller. Okay, basically, as you can see here, let's just go ahead to the application that we're going to be building. Here's a navigation controller, and once we click on any of those, it's going to take you to another controller that's going to be pushed on the current one. So basically, this is why we are adding each one of those to its own navigation controller. Let's go back to here. Okay, we want first to change the image, or let's just go ahead and set view controllers over here. Let's just create an array of our VCs. So VC1, VC2, VC3, and VC4, and maybe let's just set that to true. Okay, let's just go ahead and build and run this, and let's see what we've got. All right, I can see here that we've already showing our first VC. Let's just press over here, and as you can see immediately, we can change between the tab bars over there. So why don't we add an image for each one of those so that we can easily identify those. We're going to be using SF Symbols. It's a tool available on the Apple website. As you can see here, we can search, for example, for house. We're going to be using this as our home tab bar image. So let's just go ahead and type vc1.tabBarItem.image is equals to UI image system name house. We're going to be making the same thing over here, tab bar item image UI image, and I believe this one name was what was it? I really have no idea, but let's just play play circle. I believe this is the one. So we can copy the name over here, we can paste the name over there, and boom, vc3 tab bar image dot okay UI image system name. I believe this is called magnifying glass. Yeah, that stands for the search, yes. And vc4 tab bar item dot image is equals to image system name. I want to have something that okay, something for the downloads. I believe it was called arrow online, something like this. We can use that to search. Oh yeah, arrow down to line. So let's just copy that name. Let's add that name over here, and boom, that's it. Let's just build and run this, and it's easy as this. Like, yes, it's really simple, as you can see here. Also, we can write vc1.tabBarItem.tint color, I believe. I don't believe it's the one. vc1.title home, vc2.title coming, vc3.title search. I believe it's top search. Let's just make sure that we're naming that correctly. Okay. Home, coming soon, top searches, and downloads. Okay. Home, coming soon, top searches, make that capital, and vc4 title downloads. Let's just write that correctly. Boom, build and run. And yes, we have all of this over here. I believe one last thing that we need to do is just let's just set that to system background Now I want to actually set the system background for all of the controllers over here, because you know those colors are gonna make me blind somewhere. Okay, let's just go ahead and build and run that one more time. What do we have here? Okay, we have our tab bars successfully made. I believe that we just need to change the tint color for each and every one of those. Let's just go ahead in the main. Okay, tab bar dot tint color dot label. I believe that's the one. I'm very sorry. Yes, and let's just go ahead and try that with the dark mode and the light mode, and as you can see here, it's all working. So that's it for today's video. In the next video, we're going to be starting working in the home view controller. We're going to be setting our table view so that it can look something like this. As you can see here, just let me give you a brief because this video is getting too long. Here's a table view. That's the header for the table view, and each cell for the table view is going to be a collection view itself, where we can use to horizontally scroll through our movies. And as you can see here, it's really efficient because it doesn't load the whole list at once. It only does that when you reach the end like this. So yes, and not all the table view cells load at once. So yeah, it's pretty much efficient. So let's just start the hem by typing a private let home feed table. This is going to be a table view, and I'm going to use the anonymous closure pattern. Let's initialize our table to be UI table view. Let's register a normal cell for now. Of course, we're going to customize our cells. So let's just type UI table view cell. Make sure to type dot cell because we want the type itself. And let's register that with a reusable identifier as cell. And we can return our table right now. So that's done right there. Let's just add this table view to our view. And also we just need to give that a frame so that we can view that on our screen. And also make sure to type super to view the layout some views. Okay, we just need to give that a frame, and that frame is going to be equal to view.bounds. So it's just going to cover the whole bounds of our screen. And also we can let's just make sure everything is done correctly and hit Command R to build and run this and view that on our simulator right there. So as you can see there, there's nothing actually on the screen, and this is that's because actually the table view is still empty. It needs to have some data in order to be able to dequeue some cells, and those cells should have all the data that you want. Let's just go ahead and do this by typing home feed table and set the data source and the delegate protocols for the table view. Home feed table, the data source, and those are the two protocols that we need to confirm to in order for our table view to work properly. Okay, so let's just do that in an extension so that we can keep our file clean. UI table view delegate, and also I need the UI table view data source. We just need to implement those two methods, which is the number of rows inside each section. Let's just say, for example, that we need 20 rows, and also the other method is going to be cell for row, and this is a delegate method that tells the table view actually which cell that we're going to dequeue for each row. So let's just type that cell is equals to table view dot dq with reusable identifier. I really like how how Swift language is actually architectured. As you can see there, like it feels like you're reading just English. Hey, table view dq reusable cell with the identifier cell for index path. This is pure English, guys. And now let's return that cell. And just for testing purposes, let's just type text label dot text and be sure, guys, that this is going to be deprecated in the future. Hello world. Okay, this is going to work, I believe. Let's just test that and hit Command R. And let's hope, yeah, it works. As you can see there, we have our table view setup, and we're getting a little bit closer to what we want to do at the end, I promise you. Okay, so as you can see here, let's just go ahead and view the real deal. That part is the header for our table view. And starting from there, this is going to be a cell, and that's going to be a cell as well. Okay, so what's this? This is going to be a header for each section. Oh, wait a minute. So basically we have two kinds of headers. Yes, that's correct. Basically we have a header for each section, and also we have a header, and that's separated from the others, and that's for the whole table. That's the really cool part about table view, that you can assign a header for each section or the header for the table if you want. And this is exactly what we're going to do, and we're going to leverage the delegate methods for the table view to do exactly that. So let's say here, for example, that I want my cell to be a height of 200. And also height for section, yes, and let's just return 40. And let's hit Command R and build and run and see what we get. Okay, so as you can see here, there is the section header, and also each cell is 200 points in height. Let's just make that a little bit easier to see. Let's type cell.background color. Let's just give that an arbitrary color for now. Let's say red. And as you can see here, this is our cell, this is a cell, this is a cell, and there's a slightly change in the color here, which is basically the separator between each cell. Okay, so what do we need to do right now? Basically, we are going to create a custom cell that we're going to be using here in our table view cell. And since this project is going to be based on the design pattern of the MVVM, which is the model view model, we have our controllers already, so let's just go ahead and create a new folder, new group in here. Let's call that views, and the other group is view models. One more time here. What else do we have? Models. Okay, and because I have an OCD, maybe, so yeah, model view models controllers. This is the exact way I'd like actually to, you know, organize my project. Let's just go ahead and yeah, let's leave that right there for a moment. Let's just go ahead and make resources folder, and also one for our managers, and I'll get to that later. Okay, so for now, let's just create a new view right here. Let's just go ahead and create new file, coco.class, and right there you can just type UI table view cell, and in here I'm going to write give that a name of collection view table view cell, and I'll tell you exactly why I'm naming this like that, because I want each cell to have a collection view itself. And by reading this only, I can see that I have a collection view inside the table view cell, and the table view cell actually is going to be the type of the of this file. So just hit next. I'm going to create this in the view. I'll just delete all of that because I'm not going to need that, and I just type static let identifier, and that is going to be collection view table view cell. And basically the identifier is the same as the one that we used for registering the normal set that we registered at the beginning of this part. We named that cell. However, this one is going to be called collection view table view cell. And also let's just initialize that super.init style and reusable identifier, and make sure to also implement that initializer as well. Fatal error, and leave that as it is. Okay, so right now let's just give that for its content view a background color, so system pink for example. Yes, I like that color a lot. And let's just go here and type collection view table view cell, and also copy that one more time as well in here, and dot identifier. This is how we register our custom view cell. Let's go right there in the cell for row method, and okay, let's just delete that. I'm gonna teach you how to write that properly without going into errors. Let's just type guard let cell is equals to table view dot dq with reusable identifier, which in our case here is collection view table view cell dot identifier, for index path as collection view table view cell, else we just need to return a normal view, a normal table view cell actually. And right now let's just return that cell, and let's just hit Command R to build and run, and let's see what we have right there. Okay, so basically this is our table, and as you can see here, each cell is a system ping. And right now you might ask, okay, so we have this each cell and it's 200 points in height. Why don't we see the height for the header? As a matter of fact, when we initialized that table view, we did not specify that we're going to be having headers, and we can easily do that using this. So let's just give that a 0 frame right now, because we have already initialized the frame inside the view did layout some views method. And the important part here is just to specify the style of this UI table view to be grouped. Basically, grouped is going to give you table view the style the same as Apple uses inside its settings app. So let's build and run that one more time, and let's see the difference in here. Okay, height of 40 pixels. And yeah, you can also argue with me about, okay, I thought that you're going to have header for each section. Well, as you can see here, we're only having one section, and inside each section there is 20 rows. So we want to fix that. So let's implement another method in here. This method is called number of sections, and instead we're going to return the 20 right here, and inside each section I just need one row. Let's hit Command and R to build and run, and let's see that. So as you can see here, we started to get a little bit closer to the final product that we want to design using UIKit, which is our Netflix design. Okay, one more thing that we need to do here is giving each one of those a collection view cell so that we can actually have a placeholder where we can use to put our labels and movie titles and movie posters in it. So let's just go ahead to our collection view cell, table view cell here, and let's define a new collection view cell using the same anonymous closure pattern right there. So private let collection view, this is going to be a UI collection view, and let's just go ahead and make that. So the first thing that we need to do is using the anonymous closure pattern. So like collection view is equal to UI collection view, and for the frame right now it's going to be 0, and let's just initialize that with a layout, which is going to yell at us because layout hasn't been initialized yet, or it has no idea what is layout. But don't worry, just return our collection view right there, and over here let's just go ahead and define this layout, and that is going to be UI collection view flow layout. We can type layout dot scroll direction is going to be horizontal, because as you can see in the main Netflix app, it's the direction that we use to navigate through each category. So we have layout scroll direction is going to be horizontal, and this is going to be layout in here. One more thing, like the table view, because table views and UI collection views is pretty much alike. We just need to register a cell in here. Okay. And for this, I'm going to type UI collection view cell dot self, because as you know, we would just need the type, and we are going to give that an arbitrary cell name right now, which is going to be cell. Okay, we just need to add this to our content view, collection view, and let's also conform to those two protocols that allows us to display pictures and our data inside the collection view. So let's just type collection view delegate, it's going to be self, collection view data source is going to be self as well. And before Xcode yell at us because we haven't conformed to those protocols, let's do that right there. UI collection view delegate, UI collection view data source, and the best part is that it's pretty much the same as the table view. Just add the methods that we're going to use. So basically self for item and also number of items inside the section. Let's just return that to be 10. And for that, let cell is gonna be collection view .dequeue with a reusable identifier cell for index path, return cell. Okay, cell background color. We should say green. I don't know why, but I like green. So let's build and run this and see what we get. Okay, nothing in here. Why? Okay. Let's oh my god, this is gonna be green. Okay, let's see what happened. Okay, so we have our cells And inside each cell, yeah, we forgot to give that a frame. Okay, so as you see, guys, I don't cut inside videos and pretend everything is going to be working as fine. I'm just coding this live so that you can see how we can debug our app so that we can identify the problem and fix it, and you know the rest. Yeah, so layouts of views, super layouts of views, and I want my collection view to be the entire body of the cell. So let's just give that collection view dot frame is equals to content view dot bounds, and let's build and run that and test if that works. Okay, as you can see here, each cell is actually working. It's colored in, yeah, this is the system background color. We're gonna fix that later, but as you can see here, this is not the layout I want for each column. I want each item of this to take the entire height of the cell. And okay, you asked me how we can do that. Actually, it's very easy. We can specify that over here. Layout, item size, CG size, and let's give that a width and a height. So let's say, for example, I just need to give 140 for the width and 200 for the height. Let's just build and run and see what we get. And as you can see here, we are getting closer and closer to the final product that we want. And as you can see here also, that each one of those cells are independent of each other, and it has the horizontal scrolling functionality enabled by default. Why? Because we set that right there. Okay, one more thing. We just want to add the header for our table view. Okay, so let's just go ahead in our home view controller, and yes, let's go here in the view that load, and let me just go ahead and type home feed table dot table header view, and inside here we're going to define our UI view frame CG rect x00, and let's just give that the width of the view. And for height, let's say, for example, I just need 450. Okay, and let's just build and run this. I'm just testing if that is going to work. And yes, as you can see here, we're going to be using this for our hero view controller. It's not going to be a view controller, actually, it's just going to be a UI view, but I'm not going to create this with this method right here. We're going to make a separate view right there so we can separate the functionality for each view, so that each view and it's going to be working on its own. Okay, what else do we need to do? Okay, I guess that's it for this video, because I believe this video is getting too long. In the next video, I'm going to modify the header for each section. Basically, we're going to have 4 sections, one for the top recent movies, top rated movies, and all that kind of stuff. And also, I think if we can make that happen in proper time, we can, start working on the hero as well. So first things first, we're going to go to our view folder, and let's create a new file here. Just tap on new file, go to attach class, and then we're going to create a new UI view. And now let's call that hero header UI view. Okay, so let's tap create. And now let's just delete all of that kind of stuff, because we're not going to need that. So we want to give that a frame, and inside that frame, we're going to assign three things. The first thing is the UI image view, and the other things is the two buttons where one of them is going to be the download button and the other one is going to be the play button. So let's just start by initializing this with a frame, of course. And just for you know, the frame is going to be assigned when initializing this view. So let's just go ahead and type super.init frame, and the most important thing, just to avoid any error, just import the required initializer, just type fatal error, and then we're ready to go here. Okay, so as I told you, the first thing that we need to implement here is going to be an image view that's going to contain our header. So let's just type hero image view. This is going to be a UI image view. Let's use the anonymous closure. Let image view is equal to be UI image view, and let's return that image view. And before we return that, let's see here what we need to do. So let's just type image view dot content mode is gonna be fill, and scale aspect fill to be exact. Let's type also image view dot clips to bounds, and that's going to be true, so we avoid overflow. And yeah, that's it. So basically, and also, you know what, okay, so we don't need to be using constraints here because it's going to be very simple actually. So let's just add this subview here, and we can use the layout function, layout subview, just to give that a frame. Let's just type hero image view dot frame is gonna be equal to bounds. And one more things that we need to do is that I've downloaded this poster for this movie. We're just going to use it as for testing purposes. So let's just go ahead, you know what, you can just go and download any picture or any photo that you want from the internet. You can use the Unsplash website for downloading free pictures, or even you can just go ahead and grab any movie poster. You can add this to the assets folder. Just right click here, new image assets, and just give it a name. As you can see here, I gave it the name hero image, and I just place it right here. I'm not going to go exactly in details what are the difference between the 1x, 2x, and the 3x right now, because this is not our focus right now. Let's just go back in here. Let me just type image view dot image, and we're going to use that image. As you can see here, I'm typing UI image named, and let me guess, what did we call it? Yeah, hero image. We can actually copy that name so that we're not going to be prone to any errors. I just paste that name in right here. Okay, so basically this is our header view, and it's completed right now. Let's just go ahead to our home view controller, and as you can see here, we're assigning the table header view to an arbitrary UI view. Let's just delete that and type header view. Let's initialize that right here. Let header view is gonna be equals to hero header view, and we're going to initialize that with a frame, and our frame is going to be a cgrect. Let's place that at 0, 0, and as you might guess, the width of the header is going to take the entire width of the application. So let's just go ahead and type view.bounds.width, and the other one I might give that a height of maybe 450 points for now. And let me just go ahead and build and run this using Command R, and let's see what we got so far. Okay, so basically we are set. We have our poster here, and second thing I wanted to do is that I wanted to give that this effect of the fading out. So we're going to utilize the gradient, and it's going to be very tricky if you give it a thought for at first, but trust me, I'm going to try to do my best here to explain it. And to be honest, it's really that simple. It's not that hard, to be honest. So let's just go ahead here in our initializer and say add a gradient, and we are going to create this function right now. So let's just go here. I might go there, private func add gradient, and okay, so here it goes. So we just need to add a CG or C. I don't remember exactly. Let me just go ahead and type let gradient layer is gonna be CA gradient layer. Yes, that's the one. Let me choose the gradient layer colors. We're going to assign 2 colors in here. Okay, so what's the effect that we're seeking for? So basically, we want to utilize 2 colors. What are those colors? Okay, whenever you see a fading out effect, so basically the gradient effect or the gradient colors we're going to be using to apply this effect is the clear and whatever the system background is. So let's say, for example, let me just grab the simulator over here. So basically over here, I want the color to be clear, which is absence of colors or whatever color that you might choose. However, it's going to be alpha 0. So basically a transparent color here so that we can see the poster. And as we go down, I wanted this color to become more black until it blends with this black, as you can see here. So let me just go ahead and type that, and I hope that's going to make sense. So let me just go ahead and type UI color dot clear. This is the color that we want, and we just need the CG color value of it. The other one is going to be UI color dot system background CG color. Okay. The next thing that we need to do is we need to add this sub layer to our UI view, which is going to be by using layer dot add sub layer, and it's going to be gradient layer. Okay, so let's build and run this and see what we get. All right, so basically it's not working yet, and that's because we forgot to give the gradient layer a frame. So basically we're going to give it a frame for the entire bounds over here. It's really simple, to be honest. Gradient layer dot frame is going to be equal to bounds. Let me just build and run this. And yes, as you can see here, we have our clear color here, which is basically a color with an alpha which is going to be equal to 0. So basically it's a transparent color that gives you ability to see through. And the other thing here, the black color, which is because our system right now is using the dark mode, so it's going to be a whole black color over here. I'm not sure if I just try to toggle the dark mode with the light mode it's going to work. It's not working yet. Okay, so basically it's not working because the system background color right now is not responsive. So basically when we initialize this header view, it just so that the color which has been used right now for the system background color is going to be black, so it assigned the color black. And when we change it back again to the light mode, so basically it has no idea that the color of the system has been changed. So we're going to look at that later on. This is not our main focus right now, so let's just go back to our dark mode over here, and let's just go ahead and add our 2 buttons that we're going to be using for either play or download this title. Okay, so let me just go ahead over here. Let me just type private let play button, and it's gonna be equal to a type of UI button. Let me just use the same pattern, which is gonna be the anonymous closure. Let button is gonna be UI button dot text or set text, I believe, set title, yeah, which is gonna be play for normal, return button, and let me also button dot border color is going to be system background, I believe. Okay, UI color dot system background dot CG color. Okay, what else do we need to do? Yeah, button dot border width is going to be 1 for now. And yeah, we are going to use constraints to lay out this button perfectly. So just type button dot translate auto resizing masks into constraints. This is going to need to be equal to false, so that we can use the constraints in here. So let me just go ahead and let's just add this subview play button right here, and I just want to create another function here, which is going to be named apply constraints, and we can define this function over here, private func apply constraints, and let me just give that name. Let's play button constraints gonna be equal to an array, and let's just start by giving that a constraint so that we can place that button on our screen. So let's just type play button dot leading anchor. I'm not going to use the left anchor because some of you guys may be from an Arabic speaking country. You know, for Arabic speaking countries and devices that have the Arabic language set by default, these languages basically they read from right to left. It's not as English that you read English from left to right. I'm sorry. So basically we are saying that for English based devices, we're going to assign the play button on the leading anchor, which is in our case going to be on the left. Okay, but for devices that have an Arabic based language, the leading anchor is going to be on the right. It's really good practice if you want to make your app as much global as you want so it, you know, it behaves differently with each language. So we're going to constrain that to the leading anchor, and I just wanted to give that like a margin of 25 points from the left. And then I'm going to say another constraint, which is going to be bottom anchor, and it's going to be constrained to the bottom anchor, and I wanted to give that also a margin. However, when we I want this margin to be by negative, so that it doesn't count from the point of the bottom constraints and move downward. I wanted this play button to move upwards, so I'm going to give that maybe -20, and let's just activate this constraint. So NSLayout constraint dot activate play button constraints. I guess we're done over here. Let's just type command on R. So let's build and run this and see what we get. Yes, as you can see here, we have our play button. As you can see here, it has, if you look slightly, you can see here the border, but let's just go here and let's change that color maybe to white so it's easier to see. Wait a minute. UI color .y.cg color. I believe that will work. Okay, so basically here's our play button. It's 25 points from the left, 25 points from the bottom. We're going to fix that, but it's not now. We just need to get things working. Maybe we can give that another constraint here. Play button dot width anchor constraint is gonna be equal to constant, and let me just give that maybe 100 points. So it gets wider. Yes, we're starting to getting something here. Let me just go ahead and maybe increase this to be 125 maybe. Too much. Let's just give that 90. And as you can see here, we don't have like an exact file that we can get our margins and padding and all that kind of stuff with. So basically we're just trying using the trial and error method. So basically this is how we get things done working in no time. So let me just go ahead and give that maybe -50. Yes, so I want to yes, it's working fine for me, to be honest. Like, I couldn't ask for more. Let me just go ahead right now and add the download button. So private let download button is going to be a type of UI button. Basically we're just doing the same things here. I hope I can write correctly. Let button, it's going to be UI button. Let's initialize that, have an instance button. Basically we're going to have the same things over here, so let's just copy and paste that. And to be honest, there's no room for error. Yeah, basically we're going to use the same stuff over here, and let's just add this to our view, add subview, download button, and then let's just set new constraints for that button as well. So let's download button constraints, it's gonna be equal for array, download button, leading anchor the constraints. So basically we can just reverse that into the other direction. So maybe we can use the trailing anchor and -90. Okay, download button, the bottom anchor, the constraints gonna be equals to the bottom anchor, -50. And also the same width is going to be used. So download button over here, width anchor, the constraints, 100 points. And let me just go ahead and activate these constraints as well. Download button constraints, and let me just build and run this and see what we have. Okay, so clearly it's not right, something is wrong over here. Let me see what we have. So I believe there's something wrong over here. Okay. Oh yeah, let me just go ahead and trailing anchor over here. I believe this will solve the issue. And yes, so I believe it's slightly you know, shifted towards the left, but okay, we just need to get things done really quickly. We can just give that something like the will look a little bit better. Button dot layer dot border radius, maybe corner radius, it's gonna be 5. Let's just see what we have here. Oh yeah, it's gonna be better if we used a corner radius or something. Okay, and maybe just give that a little bit more of points here to use as width. Okay, so yeah, that seems nice, that looks nice. Okay, so basically we have here our button So maybe we can also make that 70, and this is also 70. We just need to give them a little bit of margin between themselves. Yeah, I believe that looks okay. And let me define a function over here. Okay, so let's just call this function configure navbar. Okay, we can copy that. Just declare a private function over here with the same name, of course. And okay, so basically what we want, we just need to add the Netflix logo. So we can just go ahead, open Google, let's just type Netflix logo PNG. So basically we need that with a transparent